Looking for a trusted supplier for all your household hardware needs? Look no further than Competitive Hardware Limited. We provide top quality building materials including cement, all types of iron sheets, paints, PPR and PVC pipes, electric pipes, building grills, BRC and square till in various sizes. Need interior and finishing materials? We've got you covered with gypsum, gypsum rails, marine boards, ceiling boards and tanks of all sizes. For fencing, we stock barbed wire, chain link and wire mesh. And the best part, we offer free countrywide delivery with our fleet of transit trucks and pickups. Your order arrives on time, every time. Visit us in Kitengela along Namanga Highway, opposite 411 stage, or at our branches in Kitisuru and Busia. For enquiries, call us on 020-26-88-888 or 0733-666632 or 0721-923248. Competitive Hardware Limited, your reliable hardware supplier.
Good evening and welcome to CBS News on this day, the 15th of July, the year is 2025. My name is DORIS WAITHERA. President William Ruto has issued fresh directives to the Ministry of Lands, Public Works, Housing and Urban Development on the enlistment of more private companies and professionals into the affordable housing program. He noted that the Affordable Housing Initiative currently employs 300,000 Kenyans, but the goal in the near future was to double the number to over 600,000 through a second shift system and more aggressive rollout of construction projects. In his speech, the president also noted the dignity that the project has brought to Kenyans living in the slums.
You know, the biggest thing I saw in Mukuru that was, you know, out of this world is that the people moving from the slums, where 3, 4, 5 families share one toilet for pay. The biggest thing they said was, for once, I have a toilet to myself. There are 7 million Kenyans living in slums, sharing toilets with no water, with no electricity, with no roads. You know, we should be sensitive about what we say. So, good people, you know, I'm very passionate about this. Very. You know, I'm very passionate about this because I know what impact it makes on people's lives. Because it makes a world of a difference for us to run this program. And I am very confident that this program is going to succeed, and we are going to transform our nation in a phenomenal way. This country is going to change when we are here, when we are seeing. Just watch this space. We must do this for the millions of young people who are looking for work to do. We must do this for the transformation of our country. We must do this so that people can be homeowners.
Cabinet Secretary Kipchumba Murkomen has today led the National Police Service in issuing the State of Security Address at Harambee House, Nairobi. The CS stated that a total of 17 deaths during Sabasaba protest was recorded and 1,500 arrests of criminals have been made so far. Murkomen also noted that any police officer who will be found to have used excessive force during the protest will also face prosecution.
The financiers and political sponsors of these men are being investigated and will soon answer for their crimes. Similarly, any police officer accused of unlawful use of force will face the law. As I speak, one police officer has already been arraigned and is facing murder charges. I will this Friday, pursuant to Article 245(4) of the Constitution, be issuing a policy directive to the Inspector General of Police on the use of force and firearm by law enforcement officers.
Well, that story will bring some good news to families who have been waiting justice when it comes to men in uniform. Now, Public Service Cabinet Secretary Geoffrey Ruku has issued a warning to civil servants who report late or fail to show up for duty, declaring they will henceforth be treated as ghost workers. During an impromptu early morning inspection of government offices in Nyeri County, the CS found numerous workstations unmanned and several public officers absent or reporting late. In a directive, he ordered all latecomers locked out and emphasized that the era of laxity in the public service was over. The CS decried the widespread disregard for official working hours as a betrayal of public trust and a waste of taxpayer resources. He reminded public officers that they are custodians of service delivery and must uphold the highest standards of professionalism, discipline, and integrity.
The people to deliver services to the people of the Republic of Kenya is not the president alone. It's not the minister alone. It is all those people who are in offices from our division level to sub-county level, to location level, to county level, to the regional level, even to those headquarter offices in Nairobi and other places. Because we are employed by the government of Kenya on behalf of the people of Kenya. When you are employed, you are qualified to do whatever you are doing in these offices, and we are not doing it, then tunaanza kusema rais hafanyi kazi. Rais atakuja hapa Nyeri kufanya kazi. Rais ataingia kupatiana IDs. Rais ataingia sijui these other county education offices which are empty.
Well, I think discipline is not only applicable in the public sector, but in all sectors, not only in Kenya, but across the globe. Now, Kenyan head teachers are warning of potential early school closures due to delayed government capitation funds. The Kenya Secondary Schools Heads Association, KESHA, reports that delayed disbursement of funds is hindering the ability of schools to prepare for end-of-year exams and other crucial activities. Some schools are struggling to pay suppliers and staff. Some have even been forced to lay off qualified teachers.
I don't want to sound pessimistic. It is the education currently the responsibility of the government. Unless something is changed, I can tell you for sure the future is bleak. Most of the schools currently are on their knees, particularly the day schools that only wait for funds from the capitation. As we speak now, majority of the heads are playing hide and seek game with the suppliers because there is not enough funds in the school to meet and pay the suppliers. Two, the schools currently have laid off most of their BOM teachers. Qualified, experienced BOM teachers are laid off as a result of lack of funds. This now has compromised the quality of education that is taking place in our institutions.
Schools across the country are grappling with the mounting challenges stemming from inadequate and delayed capitation disbursement. These financial constraints have severely impacted the smooth running of many institutions, with the day schools bearing the brunt of the crisis. The insufficient funding hampers the delivery of essential services, disrupts learning programs, and strains the ability of schools to meet basic operational needs. And therefore, we want to say that addressing the issues surrounding capitation is both urgent and critical.
Moving on, with over 70% of Kenya's population under 35 years old, politicians are facing to win over young voters who are expected to play a decisive role in shaping the country's next government. Presidential hopefuls are endearing themselves to Gen Zs with the hope of securing their support. In rallies, policy forums, and online platforms, politicians from across the spectrum are aligning themselves with young voters, a demographic that has traditionally been underrepresented at the ballot box, but whose political influence is growing stronger.
Kwamba hata kama hatumtaki Rais Ruto, dawa yeye kumtoa ni kumtoa na kura. Kila mmoja atapiga kura yake aseme kwamba sipigi huyu napigia huyu. Tunaelewana? Kizazi hiki sio kizazi kile chetu cha zamani. Hiki ni kizazi kingine ambacho ni cha teknolojia. Ni kizazi kinaenda mbio na risasi haitawazuia. Ukiona vijana wamefika lengo hiyo, mbinu ya kupiga risasi sio dawa. Dawa ni kuwaita na kuweza kuzungumza na wazazi wao ambao ni viongozi, ili ukaweze kuwaita vijana waongee na wao.
Mheshimiwa Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka, Eugene Wamalwa, Mithika Linturi, Rigathi Gachagua na wale wengine Martha Karua is a united opposition with one mission. Na mission yao ni kuondoa Ruto president kwa kiti 2027, wakalishe mmoja wao. And the only manifesto iko ya Kenya ndio tuondoe shida ya Kenya ni kusema Ruto in 2027 he must go.
Residents of Kapsokwani town today protested on the poor state of Kapsokwani Kimilili Road. Led by John Kwemi, a border operator, they decried the poor state of the roads that led to fire responders to be stuck for more than 2 hours during a recent fire emergency that saw 4 lives lost due to the delay. Now, local business owners reported severe impacts, including missing deliveries, reduced customer traffic, and a general slowdown in operations as some of the traders were forced to use boda for long distance to access some business centers. In extreme cases, some expectant mothers have given birth on the road as the drivers try to navigate the rough road and don't make it to health facilities in good time.
Rais wakati alikuja hapa akatu address hapa Kapsokony na akatuambia in the next 2 months hii barabara itakuwa imeundwa. Hadi saa hizi barabara haijaundwa na saa hizi miaka 3.5 imeisha. So mimi nataka kuomba rais wetu, juzi kuna watu wamechomeka hapa Kibuk, familia moja watoto 4 wakachomeka hadi wakakuwa ashes, na wakati wazima moto walikuja walichukua almost 2 hours ndo kafika huko.
And matters sports, the 22nd edition of the annual Standard Chartered Nairobi Marathon was launched today with the registration for the Standard Chartered Nairobi Marathon 2025 beginning. Runners can register online through the official website at www.nairobimarathon.com. The marathon includes various race categories like the 42 kilometers, 21 kilometers, 10 kilometers, and a 5 kilometer family run. Proceeds from the marathon support the Future Makers initiative, which aims to empower youth through education, employability, and entrepreneurship. The committee has a target of raising 175 million Kenyan shillings and registering a record of over 30,000 participants. The marathon will take place on Sunday, 26th October 2025 at Uhuru Gardens, Nairobi.
And we are proud that we've been able to attract very good partners. We brought on board UNDP, who are very keen to support that race and grow it. And initially, obviously, we are focusing on the wheelchair race, but in future, we're also looking at how do we then cater for the other disabilities, people that have different other types of disabilities that would like to participate in the race.
We are very happy that from the Seeing is Breathing and now Future Makers, we have seen many people with this visual impairment. Now today they are back in school, they are able to see again. More than 200,000 kids are able to be operated now, they are able to see very well.
Matters football. Aldrin Kibet has just made history. The 18-year-old wonder kid from St. Anthony's Boys High School, Kitare, is set to seal a massive €6 million move to Celta Vigo. From captaining his school team to national glory with 25 goals and 27 assists to now playing in Spain's top flight. Kibet rose to fame while representing St. Anthony's Boys Kitale at the 2023 Kenya Secondary School Sports National Championships in Kakamega County. His prowess was also seen as Rising Stars Kenya qualified for the 2025 Under-20 Africa Cup of Nations, finishing second in the CECAFA qualifiers behind hosts Tanzania. From CBS News, we do wish to congratulate Kibet and may his light continue to shine brighter in La Liga. And thank you so much for joining us this evening. And for those anticipating the Chan tournament, you can now purchase your tickets from tomorrow, with regular tickets going for 200 Kenyan shillings, 500 for VIP, and 1,000 Kenyan shillings for VVIP. Let's support our own. My name is Doris WAITHERA, and from here, we do wish you a lovely evening.
Join our team at AYTB in partnership with Competitive Manpower. AYTB is seeking qualified candidates for the following positions: Technical Advisor, QA or QC Personnel, Shop Coordinator, Report Organizer, Rotating Equipment Repair Technician, Valve Overhaul Technician, Machining Technician.
Contact us today on 0721 506627 or 0733 392180. You can also visit us at Waterseas Plaza, Kikorok Road. Alternatively, you can send an email to info@competitivemanpower.com. Apply now. Limited slots available.
You're watching CBS News.